guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about my absolute favorite topic in Red Dead, and you may have guessed it, it's the horses. Say what you want about Rockstar, but the horses are absolutely phenomenal, and there's really no other game out there that even comes close to the behaviors, mannerisms, and mechanics that we get to experience in this game. But I digress. When I was a little girl, my favorite horses were black ones. And who can blame me? Black Beauty, Black Stallion, even my name comes from a black horse in a popular book series that I read. Even today, black horses hold a special place in my heart. So in today's video, I'm going to showcase every black horse that you can get in both story and online. Let's get into it. First up is the American Standardbred. Found in both story and online, it is one of only 2 horses that is entirely black. The Standardbred is placed in the race category, and online you can purchase it for only $130. With its overall well-rounded personality and dependability, it makes a great addition to your stables. And if you put a decent saddle and stirrups on, you're not going to miss the high stats found in some of the more expensive horses. In story, you can get this horse for free for Arthur or John by visiting Big Valley, which has a static Standardbred spawn. Sometimes when you go up there, the buckskin will be there, but that's okay. Just ride away and come back or try again, and eventually the black one will spawn in. This is an overall fantastic breed, and if you're looking for a new horse to try out, I highly recommend it. Despite its racehorse classification, I do find that the Standardbreds do really well in high-stress situations, particularly if you're taking them into bounty hunts or any event where there's a lot of gunfire. But I will say for predators, they tend to be hit or miss for me. So sometimes they're pretty calm around predators and won't buck you, and sometimes they tend to be a little bit more sensitive to that. But around gunfire, I do find them, generally speaking, to be one of the better horses in those situations. Next is the Kladruber, a horse breed featured exclusively online and the only other horse besides the Standardbred that is entirely black. Classified as a multi-class horse, the Kladruber is available to players who have unlocked the trader role. It can be purchased with 1 token and $150. Like the Standardbred, it is an inexpensive horse, but you do need to purchase the trader role using gold first, so it is harder to obtain than the Standardbred. You also can't find the Kladruber in the story or in the wild. However, this is my second favorite role horse after the Norfolk Roadster. Like its real-life counterpart, the Kladruber is calm and steady, and I find even these level 1 clods to generally be really good around predators and gunfire. The one caveat I'll give for the Kladruber if you're thinking about trying them out is that they do have a very distinctive nose, which I personally find adorable and unique. However, many people are very turned off by the nose. One thing you could try if it's a huge problem for you is you could give the Upland saddle a try, which has a noseband that covers a lot of it. Or if you were able to obtain any of the horse masks, you could try a horse mask as well because it would cover the nose also. But I find that the nose adds charm, and I do think that this black clod is one of the prettiest horses in the game. Next up, let's move on to black horses that do have some white on them. So maybe they've got some white on their legs or their face or maybe even on their belly, but they're still predominantly black. So I am going to exclude any type of piebald horse for this reason. I do want it to be a predominantly black horse. And the first one I'm going to talk about is a horse that you can only find in story mode, and that is the Black Shire. Shortly after you move out of the snow to Horseshoe Overlook, so you're in Chapter 2, there's going to be a mission with Hosea where he's going to give you this horse. You're going to head to the stables in Valentine, and he's going to tell you to sell the horse and buy a horse for yourself. Now, during my first playthrough, I thought that you had to sell this horse, and I was really disappointed when I learned that you didn't have to. And since then, I keep this horse for all my playthroughs. I've actually done an entire playthrough with Arthur just with the Black Shire. Classified as a draft horse with heavy handling, this is a very big horse, and so it will feel a little bit sluggish with turning, but it is an absolute tank. And as of right now, it is a unique horse, meaning if you sell it or it dies, you can't get another one. But my hope is that one day Rockstar will add this horse to online because it is an absolute beauty. I'm not sure they ever will, but I would just absolutely love it if they added to online. Next are 2 horses that you can find both online and in the story. In the first clips here, I'm showcasing the Black Kentucky Saddler, which you can purchase for $50 online. Both of these horses are classified as riding horses, and they're inexpensive and considered some of the base horse breeds in the game. But just because they don't come with a high price tag, don't count them out. They do both benefit from a better saddle and a good pair of stirrups, especially because their stamina is so low. But I have used both of these breeds in shootouts and around predators, and both are solid choices, especially if you're playing online and you're a lower ranked player. In fact, I do find that some of these OG base stat horses to be a little bit calmer and less reactive than other horse breeds that have been added later, or even other horse breeds that are kind of higher stat or considered higher class horses. The second clip here is showcasing the Black Rabicano Tennessee Walker, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Of these two horses, I do slightly prefer the Tennessee Walker, mostly because the movement feels a bit smoother, and that might be all in my head, but there's always been something about the Tennessee Walker that makes it stand out just a little bit more to me. Online, you can purchase the Black Rabicano for $60, so it's only $10 more than the Saddler, making them very inexpensive and easy, accessible options for lower ranked players. And of course, both of these horses can be found all over in the wild. Of course, if you're playing online, you can't break it in the wild and put it in your stable. If you're in story, you can definitely do that. But it does give you an option so that if you wanted to try it out without actually purchasing it, you could just find one in the wild. You can break it online, ride it around for a little while, see how you like it, and then maybe you could purchase it and give it a try. Next up is a horse that, despite its size, is a fan favorite for a lot of people, and that's the Black Arabian. Spirited and agile, this is one of my go-to horses online for my female character. This horse is one of the smallest in the game, so I don't tend to use it for Arthur in story, and I do understand why many people choose not to use it with their male character online. The Arabian also takes a little bit more of experienced handling. If you're not actively moving and calming your horse, it may seem to buck you a little faster than other horse breeds. I don't personally find this to be the case with my Black Arabian, but it is a very active horse, and it does require you to pay attention to how it is reacting to what is going on. Now, I can ride my Black Arabian around cougars or alligators, and it's not a problem, but many people don't like how the horse reacts or moves its head or the spirit of this horse, and they do tend to discard it quickly. And as this is one of the most expensive horses on this list at 42 gold bars purchase online, I do recommend trying the Arabian out first before a different Arabian before you go for the black one online. And you can do this either in story mode, as there are several ways to get free Arabians, including the black one, or you can purchase the red chestnut or the white Arabian, which are both use cash for them online. So you can actually try it out, ride the Arabian around before spending all that gold. As with any horse, I do recommend that you get it up to a full bonding before you make a final decision, but sometimes the horses, when you purchase them, they just aren't that great. It could just be a bad roll of the dice for that particular horse, and you might get another one of the same breed that you really like, or it could just be that you don't really like that horse breed, in which case, if you spend cash instead of the gold at first, you'll know. It does seem that people either love or hate the Arabians in this game. For me, the purchase was 100% worth it, but some people do have regrets. So because 42 gold is a lot, if you don't have a lot of gold, definitely try out a horse that you can purchase with cash first. Listed in the superior class, you are going to notice this horse has very smooth handling. It's able to easily turn on a dime and maneuver in tight spaces. The next three horses are only available online, and first up is the black Norfolk Roadster. The Roadster is easily one of my favorite horse breeds in the game, and this black version is super pretty. I do find the Roadsters to be really confident, steady, and even-tempered horses. They're reliable and a really good size for both male and female characters. The black Roadster also has some unique white markings on its belly, which I don't really see on other horses. The only downside to this horse is that his health is pretty low, especially for this level 1 black version, but fully bonded, I don't find this to be a major issue. If you are having a bit of an issue with your horse losing health or even going down and having to be revived, definitely try the ability card Ride Like the Wind. I'll use this a lot of times if I want to give my horse a boost, but again, I don't find it to be a major problem. The Norfolk Roadster is the horse breed for the Moonshiner role, which unfortunately means you need to purchase the role using gold. And if you don't want to pay an extra 5 gold, you need to be at least a rank 5 trader, which also requires gold to purchase. This does mean that a newer player unfortunately won't have access to this breed for quite a while unless you purchase gold bars. But once you have the role, the Black Roadster is only $150 plus that role token. The next online-only horse is the Black Turkoman. Now, you can purchase other Turkoman coats in story, but the black coat was added exclusively for online, and it isn't rank locked, so you can actually pick it up really early as a new player. However, it is pretty expensive and costs 40 gold bars. This can take a little bit of time to acquire depending on how much you're able to play, or whether or not you're willing to purchase gold bars, so just keep that in mind. The Turkoman is another favorite of Red Dead players. However, unlike the Arabian, which I really love, the Turkoman can be very hit or miss for me. Mostly miss, though, if I'm being honest. The Black Turkoman is a beautiful horse. I want to love it. I personally find the temperament for Turkomans to be very inconsistent. I think I'm just really unlucky. I just get really bad Turkomans when it comes to temperament, and they can also be a little bit leggy for me as well. That being said, the majority of players love this horse, so there's a really good chance that you're going to love it too. It is a really decent sized horse. It's listed as a multi-class horse, and it displays characteristics of both race and war horses. They have really excellent health and decent stamina as well. The final horse in this video is also an online-only horse. And you can only get this horse if you have the Ultimate Edition version of Red Dead, meaning if you only purchase the standard or special editions or even the online only version, you won't have access to the horse. On the plus side, if you have the Ultimate Edition, this horse is free. And if you're playing online as a new player, this is a really great choice to have because it's a really good horse that's free, that's not rank locked, that you can use right away. And this horse, of course, is the Black Chestnut Thoroughbred. Now, I know what you're thinking. Why wasn't this horse featured as an all-black horse? I mean, after all, it is a solid color. There's no white on it anywhere. And all I have to say to that is just look at the freaking horse. This is a purple horse. It's technically a black horse, but the chestnut in Black Chestnut makes it look purple. And I honestly debated about whether or not to even add this to the all-black horses video, but technically it is a black horse. Technically. Maybe. Anyway, I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not this classifies as a black horse. In the meantime, it's a racehorse, so the health is a little bit on the low side, but again, not a super big deal. It is, in my opinion, just about the perfect size horse. So whether you have a male or a female character, I think it's a really good size. It's a really solid feeling horse, and so I really like that about it. But my love-hate relationship with this horse is just mostly due to the color. I have a really hard time finding a saddle, mane, and tail combo that complements the purpleness of it, and aesthetics are really important to me. But if you aren't bothered by that, then this is a really good horse, especially because it's free, so definitely give it a try. Okay, there we have it. This is all the black horses available for Red Dead Redemption in both story and online. We've got all black horses, we've got black horses with white on them, and of course we've got the purple black horse. I do wish there were some more all black horse options, but we do get a decent amount of variety depending on what you're looking for in a horse. One thing that I really wish they'd add to online is a black Frisian, because I'd love a big solid black horse with feathering on its legs. But mostly what I really wish they would have done is a color wheel for all the horse breeds. I'd love to be able to choose what color I want, pattern, face markings, legs, whether or not they're socks, for every breed. And this would mean you could get whatever combination you wanted for whatever your favorite horse breeds are in the game. I think of the variety we would see. Man, that would have been amazing. It's a dream that it will never happen, but hopefully sometime in the future there will be a game with those type of options, with the horses, with the mechanics and mannerisms that we get from Red Dead. If you enjoyed this video, it'd really mean a lot if you'd give it a like and let me know in the comments section what is your favorite black horse in the game. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.